Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday night, September the 4th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. So glad you guys are here. A lot of familiar faces, people piling in. Make sure you vote on the poll question that I put up. Leon Draisaitl, 8 years, $112 million. We'll get to that in a second. And I want to invite all of you to participate today. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else do anything else, getting ready for work, school, or better, all three. But the fact that you're here with me right now in this moment, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved today. You can subscribe so you get active in the chat section and get notified of my videos. You can like the video. Already 25 of you in here, which is great. Only 5 likes, so you can bump that up. You can leave a donation. You can get that donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message, your triple M, and you can rate and review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Great to see everyone here. Everyone, Carol, Fangirl, Coach Rob, Lucas, Chris, Taylor, Swervin Irvin, Jack, Rinketic, Jay. Those are just some of the names that I see in the chat, and I appreciate that all you guys are here. So let's get going. Let's get going first with what I led with, and that is indeed the Canucks. Hey, G-Van and Fangirl, what her first live stream. Thank you for making me your first live stream on your brand new iPad. First full day with it activated. Sweet. What else did you watch on there? Maybe you don't want to tell us, Fangirl, but really appreciate you making me your first live stream on your new iPad. By the way, only 8 of you like this video, so like this live stream, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that we are talking about Canucks, and we're only 2 weeks away from Young Stars and training camp. So if you would be so inclined to hit the like button, that would be really, really cool. As always, appreciate you guys. I'm fine with you guys talking amongst yourselves in the chat. I will go for the first 20 minutes or so, maybe even less today. We'll see. And then we'll get to all of you for sure. And yes, nice to see everyone piling in right now. Okay, we got some good news. And I vlogged about this yesterday, but it was Rick Dollywall who around 9 or 9:30, I can't remember exactly, but 9:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, it was early morning yesterday. He actually did a 90-second video on X, and he did a really positive Canucks goalie update. And I've mentioned many times before, you guys know that Rick Dollywall and Patrick Johnston, those are the two guys that I hold. I think they're the best at breaking Canucks news. They are the most connected in terms of insider knowledge, whether it's people working for the team, whether it's agents, especially Rick Dollywall, whether it's experts, other insiders, whatever it may be. When Rick Dollywall is really good when it comes to injuries and free agents and trading and rumors like that. Patrick Johnston is really good when it comes to, I don't know, it's not for everyone, but I love when it comes to like staff, like Canucks game presentation or Canucks social media or things like that. Or Patrick Johnston is really, really in tune with not only what's happening on the ice, but off the ice as well. All to say that when Rick Dollywall talks, I listen, because he doesn't do things for likes or for clickbait or whatever it may be. So he started off his update with some good news about Thatcher Demko. And he basically said that quietly, because we haven't seen any footage of this, no one's been talking about it, but Thatcher Demko has been skating and he's on the ice. And that's huge, because remember 2.5 weeks ago, we were all scared up in arms because the rumor was that Demko had, they didn't say a setback in his rehab, but they did say his rehab wasn't going as planned. And there were worries about whether or not he'd be ready for the regular season, training camp, preseason, regular season. Then it led to all this speculation about Kevin Lankinen and other goalies that we've talked about here. So that was the worry 2.5-3 weeks ago. And then Rick Dhaliwal comes out with this report that Thatcher Demko has been skating, and that's obviously a good sign. It doesn't mean that he's going to come back any sooner than anticipated. It just means that at least he's on the ice. And if he's on the ice, that means he's at least moving towards getting into the lineup. So overall, a really, really good piece of news for the Vancouver Canucks. He also talked about Artur Silovs. We know the story that he was left off the Latvian roster for that pre-Olympic tournament, and Latvia did qualify. So Silovs will be likely one of the 3 goaltenders for the Latvian team in the 2026 Olympics. But we heard the stories about him. Knee ligament inflammation, the precautionary, whether the Canucks had a say in this or not. He did not play in that tournament last weekend. And yesterday, he was, according to Rick Dhaliwal, flying back to Vancouver to have the Vancouver Canucks doctors look at him. It's one thing to have the Latvian doctors, the team doctors look at him, but they're not paying him to play. The Canucks are the ones paying him to play. So they have the biggest vested interest in Artur Silovs. So the Canucks doctors will look at him, will evaluate him, and then they'll figure out the kind of plan for the next 2 weeks before training camp and then preseason games. So Artur Silovs, I guess not a big story that he's going to have to come back from Latvia or eventually. So apparently Artur Silovs was flying back to Vancouver yesterday. Then he talked about Kevin Lankinen, and he said the Canucks are still interested in the goalie, in Kevin Lankinen. You guys know how much I love Lankinen. I've talked about him a lot. I've talked about how I had him in my fantasy keeper league when he was a rookie with Chicago. Then I dropped him when he had a bad first season in Nashville, and then he had a good season last year in Nashville. We know that he's coming off a $2 million contract. So will he want more than $2 million, or at least around $2 million, because he still thinks he's improving? It's not like he's on the downward side of his career. So, and I've talked about this dilemma a few times, both in these live streams, you guys, and in my videos. In a weird way, the better the news is for Thatcher Demko, the less likely we're going to get Lankinen, because I think intuitively you're only picking up Lankinen if you think that Demko is going to be out for a little while, whether that's 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks, whatever it may be. If Demko is going to only miss a couple weeks, and I know it's hard to predict right now, it's hard to know for sure, then why would you spend all this money on Lankinen? And that's probably why the Canucks haven't signed Lankinen yet, is they probably want more clarity around Demko's injury and his timeline. Now, apparently, according to Rick Dhaliwal, the Canucks did make Kevin Lankinen an offer, but he rejected it. Rejected such a strong word, but he did not sign it, and therefore Lankinen is not with the Vancouver Canucks just yet. So that's I think that's a story to keep an eye on for sure. Is Kevin Lankinen 29 years old and only played 112 career games. There's another goalie that was in the news. I can't remember which reporter reported it, but they said the Canucks have also kicked the tires on veteran goaltender Antti Ranta. Now, whereas Lankinen's 29 years old and has played only 112 games, Ranta is 35 years old. You got guys almost as old as me. He's 35 years old, from Finland, like Lankinen, like Marco Terranius, but he's played more than double of Lankinen's games. Ranta has actually played 277 games, only played 24 games last year. It's funny. Lankinen played 24 games last year. He had 11 wins, 282 goals against, 908, 282, 908. Ranta had 299 and 872. So Ranta's numbers last year weren't great, but his career average 248 goals against and 915 save percentage, where Lankinen is 307 goals against versus 248 and 905. So Lankinen had a better season last year, but Ranta has had the better career numbers, and he is 6 years older. Ranta, this is what you call a journeyman. Chicago for 2 seasons, Rangers for 2 seasons, Arizona for 4 seasons, Carolina for the last 3 seasons. He has not played more than 33 games since 2018-19. So the last 5 years, he has not played. He's played 12, 28, 27, and 24. And, you know, last season, he had a 2 with Carolina, only played in 27 games, but he had 2.23 goals against and 910 save percentage. And then last year, his numbers were horrible. It went from 223 goals against to 299. And then his save percentage went from 910 to 872. So do you want, he kind of feels like Yaroslav Halak, right? Like a little older, his career on the backside of his career, whereas Kevin Lankinen is still on the upside of his career. So that's a couple of things that we can talk about when I get to the mid-show sponsor read. And is, do you like either of these goalies, Lankinen, Ranta? Do you have another idea for Canucks goaltenders? Casey Smith went to Dallas Irvin. Now, so that's just a little bit about the Canucks, and we're looking ahead to training camp. No, Young Stars first, and then training camp in a couple of weeks. So before we know it, we're going to be talking about preseason games. We're going to be giving away some tickets on this show, and then we are going to be looking at regular season games. So that's what as we know, September 4, right? We're slowly getting through September and looking ahead to Canucks hockey, which I know I'm excited about, and I certainly know that you guys are excited about it as well. One other thing we're going to talk about is Leon Draisaitl. And I put on the poll, I basically said 8 years, $14 million a season. So he becomes the highest paid player in the league until Connor McDavid gets his new contract. But as of now, $14 million a season, 8 years, that's $112 million. And we talked about, I basically put it in the poll, what do you think about this deal? Do you think it's an overpay? Do you think money is about right? Or do you think the Oilers got a deal in that that he could have even made more? So it's pretty close. 50% of you said it was an overpay, and 41% of you said the money is about right. So it's pretty close. 50% of you saying it was an overpay, 41% of you saying money was about right, and only 7% of you said that the Oilers got a deal. So I'd say that's pretty close. It's not like a 65-35 or a 70-30. But yeah, it's but half of you are saying it's overpay. You know, I'm gonna disagree, not like brutally, but I don't think it's overpay. I think when you look at the highest paid players, like I know there's McKinnon and there's Matthews, but I think when you can say that he's one of the top 5 players in the league ever since he's come into the league. In fact, I saw a stat that said that since Leon Draisaitl has been in the league, only 2 guys have had more points than him. One of them is McDavid, and the other one is Nikita Kucherov. Those are 2 pretty good players. And then when it comes to power play goals, only Alex Ovechkin has more power play goals than Draisaitl since coming into the league. So, and when it comes to since 2018-19, Draisaitl is second in the points behind McDavid and second in goals behind Austin Matthews. So when we're comparing them stats wise to guys like McDavid and Matthews and Kucherov and Ovechkin, I think $14 million is reasonable. Now you think, okay, Petey's going to make 11.5 or 11.6 or whatever it is. Is Draisaitl worth $2.5 million more than Petey a year? Maybe not. So maybe there is some credence to that argument that this is a bit of an overpay. But I think as the salary cap continues to go up, especially for 8 years, which was the maximum that you can sign for a contract, I actually think $14 million is going to look like a steal. A steal in the last part of his deal. Now, we also know that maybe the in the last part of his deal, you might say, yeah, Clay, you're saying that it's going to be a steal, but obviously he's going to his play might dissipate a little bit in the last few years. By the way, if you're wondering before who's after Leon Draisaitl, it's Austin Matthews, makes $13.25 million a year. Nathan McKinnon makes 12.6, and Connor McDavid makes 12.5. Panarin makes 11.64, and Elias Pettersson makes 11.6. So not including, if you take Leon Draisaitl's current contract of $8.5 million, I think that's a steal. But now he shoots up to $14 million, and then in doing so becomes number one, and then knocks everyone down a notch. But not including Leon Draisaitl, Matthews, McKinnon, McDavid, Panarin, and Pettersson. So Elias Pettersson actually has the 5th highest salary cap hit going into next season. I'm not sure if that's interesting. I mean, if that's surprising to you, but I'm sure I talked about it when he actually signed that contract. But when you say it out loud, it's kind of surprising that he is he's 5th in the entire NHL. So, and that just means that that's going to be very, very it's going to be very important for Pettersson to have a really, really good season next year. So I'm going to get to you guys pretty early because I don't have a lot to talk about. I don't want to, well, I guess, I'll save that. I'll save that for a couple minutes from now. So let's tell you what, let's do this. Let's talk about the Draisaitl contract for 3 to 4 minutes now. I'd like to put your highlight some of your comments. So yeah, it is a lot for Pettersson to live up to, for sure. Tyler says Pettersson contract really good. Draisaitl is a little bit much. Pettersson better bring it. I agree. Jack said he said 14 million for Leon like months ago. Very good. Very good. You should buy a lottery ticket or predict how predict something else good, and then we can see what happens. What else we got? Hey Justin, nice to see you. Shannon's here too. Shannon thinks Pettersson needs more money. Pettersson's contract is fine. It was always good. Draisaitl was feeding off McDavid. Well, I do think so. A couple other things I forgot to mention. Now you know why Edmonton didn't match either of those offer sheets for Broberg or Holloway. They're looking in the big picture, not just this season, but in the big picture. I know you can kind of manipulate and add and drop at the end of each season, but every dollar counts. And they're obviously looking at Draisaitl. They're looking at an extension for Bouchard, and then they're looking, of course, the big one, McDavid in a couple of years. Draisaitl has more playoff points alone than Matthews and Marner combined. McDavid easily fit. I agree with you, Fangirl. It will be 15 to 16 million for McDavid for sure. What else are you saying about this Draisaitl contract? Shiraz saying PD is not the 5th best player in the league. Well, maybe he'll play like it next year. McDavid will get 16. I agree. Is Rasmus Anderson a good fit for the Canucks? I've always liked him. Or a fan. But like with any of these guys, you got to make the money work for sure. I take Draisaitl for 14 over PD for 11.6 based on the fact that Draisaitl is a constant playoff performer and a constant top 3 to 5 player in the league. PD has yet to reach that consistency. I agree with you. PD has not reached that yet. And this is the first year that is his massive contract kicks in. So let's see if he can live up to it. Draisaitl is a heck of a player in his own right. He basically eliminated Calgary in 2022 on one good leg. Yeah, you know, I could do without Draisaitl's attitude, not all the time, but in some interviews for sure. But he's an outstanding player for sure. Draisaitl contract is an overpay, mainly due to the full no move clause for 8 years. Can't predict that far down the road. Lucas, I hear what you're saying. That yes, 8 years from now seems like a long time, especially when he's getting older. But all of the good players, all of the superstars bake that into their contract for sure. It's standard now. Talking about Anderson, he would be a costly option. I'd love for the Canucks to pick him up. Draisaitl as a killer. Step up PD. Oilers are literally cup or bust scenario next year. I agree with everything that you guys are saying. So let's keep that going. Let me just read this one, and then I'll go to my mid-show sponsor read, and then we'll keep going with your comments. PD contract is a projection contract similar to Jack Hughes. It's a bit different. Yeah, all contracts are different, and they want to make Hughes and PD the cornerstones of this franchise. Let's go to my mid-show sponsor read. Thank you to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout. Thank you to Gassy Jet Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation, be the first to get the donation train out of the station. It's still waiting. It's still waiting for someone to start it up. So be the first to leave a donation. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, your M. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. A couple other things before I get to more of your questions and comments. This is my last show for this week. I will not be streaming tomorrow night unless some crazy Canucks news breaks. But on Sunday night, September 8th, I will be returning to basically full-time, 5 shows a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at 11 p.m. So I'm going to go back to my familiar time of 11 p.m. as we get ready for the season to start. And here's the big one. Signed off on the second graphic, the second design for my merch. And Sean's actually working on the storefront right now upstairs. So for sure, I don't want to make any promises on target date. Why start now? I've already delayed it for 2 years, but I'm going to order a couple samples, wear them on the stream, and then open up the storefront. So at the latest, it'll be by the end of this month, but I have a sneaky feeling it's going to be a lot sooner than that. So franchise members, you get 10% off merch. Hall of Fame members, you get 15% off. And then legends, you get 20% off merch. So yeah, actually, for 5 minutes right now, no, actually, we'll do it at the end of the show. We'll do Canucks talk first, and then I will ask you your opinion at the very end of the show for sure. All right, let's go. Yeah. RSA, I do 5 shows a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hey, Taylor, just talked about Canucks goaltending, talked about Leon Draisaitl, and just did my Mitchell sponsor read, announced a bit about merch and other things. Still looking for my first donation, and can answer all your questions now. Justin, actually, let's do this first, and then we'll get to Justin for sure. Legendary Lucas Gates gets the donation train out of the station, gets to hear the horn that he made, working the first preseason game on the 24th. Good. I've been told Fanatics jerseys will be on sale by then. Welcome back to hockey. Thank you, Lucas, for that scoop. And thank you for the donation. Let's give Lucas some love in the chat. Then right after him, Adam comes in with a donation of his own. Adam says, pumped for the new players. Woo! Or is that woo? Regardless, thank you, Adam, for the $2 donation. Let's give Adam some love in the chat as well. Thanks, guys, for making sure that the donation train did not stay idle. Hey, Jay, nice to see you. What Jay's saying? Hello from Thatcher Demko, the late Johnny Gaudreau. Oh, I can't see the picture. Is that Demko and Gaudreau in there? Very, very cool. And yourself. Nice to have you here, Jay. All right, let's get back to your questions. Justin, Clay, thoughts on where to go? I'm just bouncing around all over the place. Thoughts on the Canucks still interest in Lankinen and Ranta? If Demko's healthy, does acquiring a veteran goaltender set Sealars back another year or two from being an NHL backup? Hey, Justin, I think you joined me just after I talked about both of these guys. So I did talk about so I asked you to go back and watch, but very quickly with Lankinen, I think the better the news is for Demko, the less chance Lankinen comes. And Ranta, his numbers really dropped off last season. So I don't think he actually, unless that was a fluke. If that was a fluke, then maybe you take a flyer on Ranta, kind of like a Yaroslav Halak situation. If you think that that is more the norm and he's on the downside of the career, I stay away. I think you can still manage because Shilovs is waiver exempt. I think you could still, I wouldn't call it a delay. It might be not as fast as he wants it to be, but I still think you can develop him well, but only time will tell. Would I agree that Edmonton has the most pressure to win the cup? The hockey guy had them top of his power rankings based on pressure. Oh, so he did power rankings based on Stanley Cup pressure? Yeah, that's an interesting concept. But yeah, I'd say the moves they've made, the moves they didn't make, i.e. not matching, I think their cup window is right now for sure. So I'd say a lot of teams have a lot of pressure to win the cup. I'd say Colorado does too, given their talent. Toronto, there's always pressure to win a cup. They should just try and get out of a pass a round or two. But yeah, I'd say Edmonton has a lot of pressure, maybe the most. I wouldn't disagree with that. Draisaitl pay is really great. He's a great player. I like McDavid and Draisaitl. They're two very good players, Shannon, for sure. Yeah. So Coach Rob, I'm gonna talk to you. At the end of the stream, because Sean as he was walking upstairs to work on my storefront, he says, well, what should it be? I said, well, shirts and hoodies for sure. And he says, what about mugs? I said, I don't know. I said, what about hats? I said, I don't know. So I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions at the end of this stream, because we're going to work on the storefront over the next few days. And I just want your feedback really, really quickly. Okay. But I'll do that in a second. I mean, at the end of the stream. Lucas, if we win the cup while knocking them out, it'll be the ultimate KO. I talk about the Oilers or someone else. Maybe the Oilers. I heard the others, but was gone for a couple minutes. No problem, Taylor. Glad you're back. Do you think when the Canucks play the Flames on October 9 home opener, they should come out in Gaudreau 13 jerseys for warm-up as a tribute to Johnny? I think it'd be a classy move. Yeah, that might happen, or there might be another way. There'll probably be a moment of silence for sure. Maybe a video tribute. Yeah, I think that's nice. I don't know if is that usually done by opposing teams? Although I guess it is opening night, so there's gonna be a lot of eyeballs. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that, or Justin, but they'll probably come up with something. If not that, something similar to that for sure. I did see that Caulfield is switching his number, his jersey number to 13, as true to Johnny Gaudreau. Very, very classy. Lucas thinks that will happen. Dono train, yeah, is rolling. Tyler agrees with Shannon. Both McDavid and Draisaitl are fantastic, but the team relies on them a little much. The rest of the team is awesome. Hey, if I had those two guys on my team, I would rely on them too, to be honest with you. With the Flames coming in for the home opener for the Canucks, do a moment of silence, or would the team bring in Gaudreau family? I don't think you bring in the Gaudreau family. I think you save that. I think you got to let Columbus do that. But I do think there'll be a tribute of some sort for sure. G-Van, Clay, I have a suggestion for you. You should do your season standings predictions and have a live discussing your predictions. Just an idea. No, I think that's G-Van. I think that's a great idea, and that's something I will consider for sure as we get closer to the season. Oh, Columbus jerseys instead of Flames jerseys. Boston College picture, nice. Yes, Caulfield was a very classy move. Yeah, Tyson Barrie is going to Calgary on a PTO. I had heard him linked to both Vancouver and Edmonton, but it's interesting he goes to Calgary, and we'll see how he does. I think he's still got some game left in him for sure. John would be happy with Ranta. Interesting. CBJ has the most pressure to win. Is it because of the tragedy RSA or for another reason? Would I rather Uyghur or Anderson on the Canucks? I like Anderson's game. Although I do like Uyghur too, but I like Anderson's game. Viper says Anderson. Calgary has more pressure to win because he was there 9 years. Yeah, but I don't think there's pressure to win because of Gaudreau's passing, though. I think it's obviously sad and tragic. I've talked about that, but I'm not convinced it adds extra pressure to win. Which playoff team you think will miss it this year? I'm going to say Tampa Bay and Kings. That's a great question. I know someone else asked me that last time. I think I gave a cop-out answer. NHL playoff teams 2024. I'm trying to picture who was in each series. I can't even remember now. Let's go with maybe Winnipeg. I hate to say. No, I like Winnipeg though. Let's pick a team from the East. Maybe Washington. Washington or the Islanders, I would pick if I had to pick one. I feel the Canucks have a 2, 3, 4 year window. I would agree with that, especially while Quinn Hughes is on his really sweetheart deal. Yep. We're at least around 6 or 7 on the pressure for winning the cup. Already, that high, Taylor? Okay. So RSA says Mackenzie. Uyghur because he's better defensively and can score. Rasmus Anderson was drafted using a pick Benning giveaway. Yes. I'd rather have Lankinen and not have Shelovs. Interesting, Shannon. Leafs versus Habs, round 1, calling it with Habs in 7. I like it. Very bold. What 2-team Stanley Cup final will have the best TV ratings for US and Canada? Well, I hate to say it, but something like Toronto versus... Yeah, who's the best market in the West side? Like Toronto or Boston or Montreal, like in Canada. Imagine Toronto or Montreal in the final. Toronto Edmonton would do, or Toronto Vancouver or Toronto Edmonton would do huge numbers in Canada. I don't know about the States though. The States, is it like Rangers LA? Like when you think of, I don't know about hockey markets, but when you think of the biggest cities, you got to think Rangers or LA or Rangers Dallas, but I don't think Dallas will draw big ratings. That's a great question. I don't know, Rangers LA or Boston LA? I don't know, Mr. Joker. What do you think? I think it's a really, really good question. I will miss Johnny Hockey. I was shocked to see the news. Yes, very, very sad. Yeah, thanks, Jay. We talked about that. Caulfield indeed changing to 13. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. Johnny Canucks jerseys for Johnny. I like that. Football pool went well. Thank you. I won't bore you with all of my picks, but it went well. Thank you. Let's get some love to Coach Rob and Shannon and their Shannon's cat Charlie donating $5. Thank you very much. Go Mickey to get a treat or new toy. Well, that is very kind of you. We will make sure he does something. So let's give some love to Rob, Shannon, and Charlie in the chat. Thank you very much for your generosity, you guys. Johnny Canucks jerseys are Abbotsford's now. Yes. When is the Canucks After Dark predictions coming, like past 2 seasons? Probably the show right before the season starts. That's usually what we do. If we sign Lankinen and Ranta, which player on a current roster do you think we send down to the AHL? Shelov's the only player who's waiver exempt. Yeah, so there's a couple of things, right? Who's waiver exempt? Do not worry about losing to waivers? And how much salary do you need to clear? Or do you have to dip into Tucker Poland's money? I think you send down one of the extra forwards, DiGiuseppe or Neil Zaman. I can confirm Finn won't be making as many runs to Abbotsford as he used to. A new mascot is coming for the Abercrombie. Nice. 1 minute of silence in Vancouver. Leave the tribute to the teams you played for. I kind of agree with that, Adam. Because you don't want to, just because you have the home opener against Calgary, you don't want to jump the gun and do something that Columbus or Calgary should do. Great point. I think Washington will miss. I'm with you. I think the Islanders will miss. I'm with you on that one too. At the Leafs, I don't think the Leafs will miss, unfortunately. Helen says the Kings. Favorite NHL matchup? Some of them. I like Canucks versus Colorado. I like Canucks versus Toronto. I like Canucks versus Boston. I like fast teams. So Tampa's not that fast. They're kind of grindy. Who's fast in the East? Are the Rangers fast? They got some good skaters. But I really like teams in the I like Canucks Colorado. I think Canucks Vegas are good games, even though we always seem to lose. And the Canucks Oilers series was awesome. He did it again. The Islander hate first coach getting sacked, which was probably a bad prediction, and now missing the playoffs. Nothing to do with Horvat going there. I think they're a boring team. If you can only have one of these players, would you rather Makar or Domi? Oh, Makar. Which Domi? Max Domi? Oh, Kel Makar. There's only a few players that I would take over before Kel Makar. My brother, Merrick Duggan, is great friends with Tyson Berry, as they both played hockey when they were younger. Nice. That's really cool, Shannon. Cristiano Ronaldo joined YouTube and accumulated 20 million subs. Oh, well, must be nice. Who do you think would be the best active NHLer to start a YouTube channel? If we're talking about popularity, as much as I hate to say it, I think Austin Matthews, because of the huge Toronto market. If we're talking about personality, who's got a good personality in the league right now? Yeah, you guys, who's got some good personality? Ovechkin or maybe Crosby? Not from the personality side, but just from the popularity side. Maybe Connor Bedard. I don't know. Great question, Swervin Irvin. Habs are still 2 years away from playoff contention. That's fair. Toronto versus Edmonton. Yeah, that would draw a lot. At least Vancouver, Toronto versus in Canada. Toronto versus Vegas. Early Cup final prediction. Wow. I think it's too early to say. Oh, this is put me on the spot here. Dallas and the Rangers. I don't know. That just came out of first thing that came to my mind. I think Dallas is a really good team. I think the Rangers are a really good team. Toronto versus LA would have the most views for both USA and Canada. Okay. Yeah, I know LA is a big city, but are they a big hockey market? How do you split your season tickets? Raffle, coin flip, draft. For me and Mike, who's my longest season ticket partner, we just we don't split evenly. We don't draft. We don't raffle. We don't flip a coin. We just put what games we want to go to. And if we both want to go to the same game, then guess what? We're going together. Otherwise, he'll take some pairs and I'll take some pairs. Great question, Sir, but we don't have anything formal for sure. I believe this is a Triple M, a monthly membership message. So Jay proclaiming his membership for 13 months, over a year. Thank you, Jay, for your support on the channel. Let's give Jay some love in the chat. Do the Canucks consider trading Pullman? Yes, absolutely. I just don't know if you're going to have any takers for him. Could Pittsburgh begin the rebuild by trading away Crosby? Yeah, that's a great question, Lucas. I don't see it happening, but that would be the ultimate sign that they're rebuilding for sure. Sheelovs was awesome for us this year in playoffs, but a stint in Abbey wouldn't hurt. It was a little bit shaky. Yeah, he's young. Avalanche versus Devils is a good fast matchup. Oh, good one. Do I think Macklin Celebrini will make the Sharks? Yes, I do. Ronaldo has 60 million now. Wow. Marner. Are we talking about Marner? Oh, when it comes to who might make good YouTubers? Matthews. Bo Horvat. Bo Horvat. I'll tell you that for free. Adam, not a fan. Do we know a release date for that NHL Amazon Prime documentary series? I don't know one, but if someone knows it, put it in the chat. No, all good, G-Van. All good. When are you taking me to Morgan Wallen concert? I'm not my style, but sounds like you had a lot of fun, RSA, watching it in Sweden. There's a hockey player who's an active YouTuber, Casimir Kaskisio. All right. I'll take your word for it, Lucas. Luongo. Yeah, that's actually a good point. He'd be good. Sad that we had 6 finals between Pittsburgh and Chicago over 8 years, but never had a head-to-head matchup in the Stanley Cup finals. Oh, that would have been good. Interesting. Kashmir, awesome goalie. Swayman wants, yes, I heard that too. Swayman wants 10 million. Way too much. Way too much. What's the concert schedule looking like for this month in Rogers Arena? If it's too crazy, where do the players skate currently? I think, isn't UBC still their rink away from the rink? Or do they? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. And I don't know about the concert schedule without looking it up. Casimir, good YouTuber, Leafs goalie. Cass last played for the Laval Rockets. Okay, I'm learning. This is good, you guys. Yeah, there we go. UBC or the old 8 rinks? You guys, I'll do 3 or 4 more minutes of your questions, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions regarding merch because I always love your input, and that will help me for sure. Hey Clay, if you could watch a game with one current or past player, who would you want to chill with? If I could watch a game, so I probably want some analysis, but I also want to have fun. I actually think JT Miller would be a lot of fun to watch a game with if he was in a talkative mood. I think Hsmfangirl actually would be fun to watch a game with. And past player Luongo, I think he'd have enough smart stuff to say about what's happening, but he'd be a lot of fun, sarcastic, and we can talk about his career. So I'll go with Luongo. Cass UFA, okay. No, then no problem, Taylor. Dream matchup for John Cena's 2025 farewell tour. I think a Rock match, a Randy Orton match, a CM Punk match, Roman Reigns match. Those are some of the ones I'd love to see. Chicago and LA alternating cups. For how many years did they do that? Yeah, Coach Rob, I haven't heard a lot about this practice facility in a long time. Brendan Perlini does YouTube. Okay, cool. Macklin, he better make it on the Sharks roster. I plan on going in a game against them. Who wants to go with me? So Jay wants to go see the Canucks versus I presume you're talking about the Canucks versus the Sharks. Miller and Garland would be great guys. You mean to watch a game with? Yeah, I agree. I gotta believe hockey players show a lot more personality when they're off the record. Yeah, it's the one kind of thing, right? We want to see more personality from hockey players, but there's this, I don't know if it's stigma, but because still the majority, although it's shrinking, the majority of players are from Canada, and Canadians are known to be kind of humble and not arrogant and just not self-promoters. Then sometimes you kind of want more, right? You want more from them for sure. Lucas passed along the idea of going to renovate a Cyclone Taylor Arena. Oh, good for you. Cena versus Goldberg? Nah, not for me. I don't care about Goldberg. 2010 to 2014, the Chicago. No, it couldn't be because Boston won in 2011. But I do know. I think it was a little bit later than that. Well, maybe earlier. Good point. But I hear what you're saying, fangirl. Irvin, what are your next goals that you're done school? Great question. I actually did an Instagram post, a 90-second reel about this yesterday. And I joked around and saying, what am I going to do with my spare time now that I'm not studying for the first time in 5 years? The serious answers are I want to spend time with my family, want to catch up on some TV shows, want to work on this YouTube channel, and want to expand my speaking portfolio and speaking gigs. So those are and I want to exercise more. So those are the real ones. Then I joked around and said, maybe I become a professional model, professional dancer, teppanyaki chef, or a tour guide, all things that I've dreamt about in the past. Great question, Irvin. I'm going to watch BC Lions games. I do think they're going to make this is the Grey Cup. Yeah, that Western Conference is wide open. I think once Nathan Rourke fires on all cylinders, the Lions are going to be tough to beat, although they do got to work on their defense. Roberto Luongo, my favorite Canuck of all time for sure. What have you been studying? I did a master in pastoral theology from the Augustine Institute in Denver, a Catholic college. So basically a study of church and church leadership. Nice old arena. Needs some TLC. Oh, you're talking about the Cyclone Taylor. Could be used for the Warriors if they need to change turf. Very good. Here we go. Chicago and LA alternated cups between 12 and 15. Thank you. So you weren't far off at all, fangirl. Good job. Movie critic. Hey, J Kid. Yeah, I responded to your. I think I'd be better a movie critic than food critic. Food critic, I would just say it tastes good or not, and is it Japanese food or not? But yes, I love you. Thanks, J Kid, for following me on Instagram, for being here as well. Yeah, I saw that. Hogan said he signed for 5 years. What's he going to do? Like a Legends contract, right? Set up the ping pong table and have ping pong games again. I missed those videos. Yeah, I couldn't play last year because of my ruptured Achilles tendon. But yes, I can get back to ping pong. Well, that's right. I used to live stream our ping pong matches. Because of the Kraken, youth hockey and adult hockey is growing. Kraken submit proposal to build another 2-rink complex in Kirkland. Oh, that's awesome, Angus. Thank you for that. Does it ever seem like everyone else gets love when it comes to outdoor games and not Vancouver? Well, we don't have the right venue. Like when we got it for BC Place, it was before. Was it before the retractable roof? Or did we have the retractable roof already, but we didn't open it? No, we had it. Yeah, but we didn't open it, right? Yeah, I just think it's because we don't have a true outdoor stadium. Between two high schools who are massive rivals, one of them is your alma mater. Very cool. Pro bowler, yeah. No, someone put that PBA, and I said Pathetic Bowlers Association. Yeah, nice suggestion though, but thank you. So Adam is saying that 22 likes on 67 people is sad. We need more than that. I would agree. We got to get to at least 30, you guys. Love the video you did in the yard yesterday. Thank you, Shannon. I want to do more of that. Like I'll keep YouTube for Canuck stuff, but my Instagram and Facebook is for my non-Canuck stuff. And I want to do more, kind of more life videos now for sure. Video in Calgary for the Goodra. I think they had one in Columbus as well. It was before the roof. I thought, wasn't the Heritage Classic in 2014? When did BC Place? I thought the BC Place retractable roof was in 2011, 2012, right after the Olympics. Oh, you're right. It wasn't until 2017. What am I talking about? Was it 2017? I don't know. I can't remember, you guys. I'll look it up later. But I believe you, Viper, for sure. Hogan is racist and a huge Trump supporter. Yeah, so not the best guy. Because Torts didn't play Luongo. Why? That's why we don't get an outdoor game anymore. I'm not better than Belmonte and Sean Rash, but I do like them both. I played pickleball once in the Philippines, Angus. You know what's funny? I at first thought I wouldn't like it. It looked kind of goofy to me, to be honest. But once I played it, I really enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed it. I've only played once, so we'll see if I can try it again. Hey, Harry, nice to see you. How long have you been live streaming for? True live streams, about 4 or 5 years. I was doing them after every single game in the bubble playoffs. So that's when I started. So what was that? 2020 summer. Yeah. So 4 years now. Heritage Classic was under the new roof. Yeah. I'm so confused, you guys. I'm so confused. I'll have to look it up after. Well, it was open roof. Okay. I have a horrible memory, you guys. I was talking to the owner of the local bowling alley in my town. They agreed it should be Olympic sport. Well, that bowling alley owner is smart for sure. I agree with that. Thank you, Adam Lee, for the $1 donation. Let's give Adam some love in the chat. Appreciate the support. The roof collapsed in 2007. Yes, I know that. And they renovated the roof. After that, it was retractable. But I remember that I was there for the closing ceremony of the Winter Olympics. And it wasn't the new roof yet, right? Didn't they fix the 07 roof? They fixed it, but then they didn't make the retractable roof until after the Winter Olympics. I just don't know what year. Did they do the roof for the Women's World Cup? Yes, they did. I was there for that final. That was 2015 or 16, right? Thoughts on Tash from... Hey, Tom. Thoughts on Tash from Twitter. I have no problem with him. I DM him often. I don't know who he is, who he actually is. I know some people think he's a media member using a burner. I don't think that's the case. I just think he's a passionate fan who knows his stuff and is not afraid to mix it up a little bit. So I have no problem with Tash from Twitter. Roof went under renovations between 2010 and 2011. Right. So after the Winter Olympics, correct? But all I'm asking is, when did they actually open up the retractable roof? That's what I'm asking. Clay is supermodel. Yes, that's Adam. I think that goes without saying. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to bowling. We'll see where I get drafted, Simon. If I get drafted onto a team. What I'm still be able to see the videos because I'm no longer a member. I was just wondering what I'm still... Carol, say that again. Are you asking, are you still able to see the videos? Yes. All these regular videos, yes, you will be able to see for sure. Heritage Classic was open roof. Okay, that's good. You can see all the videos, Carol, as far as I know. Yeah, all the non-member videos for sure. Hogan can be a great commentator. I don't know. I think I get pretty sick of tired of listening to him. I know I do not, honestly, I do not say take that, you bottle. Yeah, B. I do not use that. That was Sean Rash's famous words to Jason Belmonte. Started in 2019 streaming. Okay, good. You know better than I do, you guys. Do you ever wear your Orca jersey to Canucks games that the Canucks gifted you? Oh, yes. The one for yes, I wear that quite often. The one that for the Pepsi commercial, right? Yeah. I agree that the new Raw commentator is very good. FIFA 2026 is soon. The game or the actual FIFA? Yeah, no, FIFA. I muted Taj. Okay. Swerve and Nerva, no problem. Adam, like. According to Wiki, work was done in May 2010. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so I had my time. I remember that the Winter Olympics closing ceremonies was under the closed roof, the old roof. And then I remember thinking to myself, it wasn't until after the Olympics that they actually started to make it retractable. So I just wasn't sure when they actually opened up. BC retractable roof grand opening. Let's see what it says. October 2nd, 2011. June. Yeah. So it looks like late 2011. So my bad, you guys. Hey, Matthew. Nice to see you. Retractable roof construction began May 2010. Like the video or Trevor will cross-check you through the plexiglass. Oh, Adam, speaking of plexiglass, I meant to show you guys this. Mike and I, many of you guys know this already. This was the gift to season ticket members for this season, 24-25. Pretty cool. It is a hockey stick made out of Rogers Arena plexiglass. Kind of cool. So it's a stick blade designed with the Orca, made out of the actual Rogers Arena plexiglass. I won't read the whole card, but on the card it says this: custom made from our arena plexiglass, this one-of-a-kind hockey stick has seen crushing hits, epic goal celebrations, unforgettable playoff runs, and even the golden goal from the 2010 Olympics. So yeah, once again, this is pretty cool. I told Mike that he could have it because he's been the season ticket longer than me, but he said I could have it. So I'm not going to give it away as much as I like to. But yes, Orca designed hockey stick blade made out of Rogers Arena plexiglass. Pretty cool indeed. When is next membership? I want to talk to Lucas again. The next time that we are going to do the Hall of Fame and Legend group Zoom call is going to be September 15 or 16. That's the plan. September 15 or 16. Probably the 15th, Sunday night, the 15th. We're talking about the BC Place roof, Shannon. No problem, Lyndon. Nice to see you. Thanks, Adam. I won't highlight that comment, but I appreciate your honesty. After those conventions, I lost all respect for Hogan. So retractable roof was already in place for 2014. Yeah, that was my mistake when I said it wasn't. Renovation was done before Heritage, but weather was bad on the day of the Heritage. It wasn't open. Yeah. So you guys are so good. You guys are now painting the picture for me. The roof was closed because it was raining that day. Yes. A lot of BC Lions games that they didn't even take advantage of the retractable roof. They opened a lot more now that Doman is the new owner. Good to know. Angus, I have not tried Big Way Hot Pot. My kids go there all the time, all three kids. In fact, the church crew made a TikTok about Jacob, who brought his own Sapporo Ichiban seasoning. So they made Jacob basically asked for noodles only and then used his own seasoning. And this TikTok has over 500,000 views. So 500,000 views. It's not on Jacob's account. It's on one of their friends' account. But all to say, no, I've not been a Big Way. That is cool. Nice gift. That is so cool. Cool gift. Perks of membership. Season ticket membership. Yes, agreed. Hey, Harry, I actually talked about Draisaitl's contract extension in the first half of the show. I think it's fine. I do not think it's an overpayment because he's one of the top 5 players in the league. And they'll definitely do their best to re-sign McDavid as well, for sure. Yep. Marketing team is nailed again. Bravo to the team upstairs. The roof is on fire. I'm not sure. Is that trying to get me to swear? What is a weird place of sports memorabilia you would want? What is a weird place? I.e. the Looney from 02 Olympics. Yeah, I'm trying to think of obscure things. Something that I would actually want. Yeah, that Looney is actually a really, really good example. Like I'm thinking jerseys or whatever, but that's not weird. Irvin, I'm gonna have to think about this one. Maybe like I wouldn't want this, but would you guys want a towel that like a player used or something? That seems kind of weird. It's not weird, but I think sticks are kind of cool. Like when Sean got Elias Lindholm's stick in Seattle, that was pretty cool. Oh, no, isn't Monday the 6th? Sorry, my bad. Oh, yeah. For you, it'll likely be on Sunday night, the 15th. Yeah, Sunday night, the 15th, RSA. Does the full Canucks season ticket member get the plexiglass stick? Or does I don't think half and quarter get it. I think it's got to be full. I think. RSA, I would eat hot pot just for you. Just for you. Plexiglass, epic indeed. A piece of goal net. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, some of the goal netting. I like that. A piece of netting from the 2010. Okay, you guys are on the same page. Very good. A worn jersey, pucks from games, epic play. Yeah, it is pretty cool. The stanchion that assisted BX in the run. Nice. Smelling salts. That's true. Okay, I see what you're getting. You're getting weird stuff that's on the arena. Yeah. How about the peg that sticks out that holds the net in place? Or they don't use that anymore, right? Yes, the white towel that Roger Nielsen held up. Very good. One of AV's lozenges. Love it, Irvin. Love it. That's good. All right, friends. I'm going to ask a series of questions really quick. Basically, I am designing merch as we speak. I think t-shirts and hoodies are go without saying. So picture this. I'm going to have two different designs. One that says CCC, one that says GLCPC. And obviously for t-shirt, they'll kind of go like this, where this JR Pro Shop is. For a hoodie, the same thing. So nothing on the back. I don't want to make it too crazy. Just something like this, to subtle, but enough where you're showing your support for me. Don't need anything on the back or front. That it gets too expensive and it gets, quite frankly, too ugly. So I'm going to do t-shirts for sure. I'm going to do sweatshirts for sure, hoodies. But I'm going to ask you just really quickly 2 or 3 poll questions. And I just want your opinion, and just answer really quick. Don't overthink it. And remember, would you buy a CCC GLCPC? Okay, so for the first one is 1 minute. Would you buy a CCC or GLCPC hat? So you got a minute to vote. A minute to vote, because basically we can put anything we want in that storefront. And I'm going to put obviously t-shirts and sweatshirts, or t-shirts and hoodies, but I'm going to see if you guys want anything else. So would you buy a CCC or GLCPC hat? BX has the stanchion, the famous goal scorer. I did not know that. Taylor was thinking about the stanchion goal. Specialized season ticket member jerseys. Love it, love it, love it. Little moo moo hoodie with a cartoon clay. Hey, Pastor Dan. The stanchion, it's the piece that holds the two pieces of glass together. You eat plexiglass for breakfast? Is weird. Depends shipping price and if it's signed. Yeah, yours is going to be a little bit harder, RSA, as living in Sweden for sure. No, it's too many hats. That's fair. Honestly, depends on design. Of course. And hopefully they're not ugly. If I bought a hat and met you at a game when you sign it. Okay, so let's end this poll. So when it comes to hats, 70% of you said you would actually buy it. Only 20 voted, so it's not like the best sample size ever, but that's cool. That's cool. Okay. By the way, the GLCPC is in flying skate colors, and the CCC is in stick and rink colors. So the CCC is the logo you see me use all the time. It's the one that's right on the top of the stream here. So that's going to be on a shirt, and then a brand new GLCPC logo, which I'll share with you on Sunday night, I think, as part of my live stream. Okay, so the next question I'll ask you about is, what else is there? T-shirt, hoodie, cap. There's one other one I was going to ask you about. Oh, okay, here. Would you buy a CCC or GLCPC mug? Oh, Coach Rob, you took the words right out of my mouth. You just placed an order for a hat, even though it's not open yet. I'll wear the shirt or hoodie under my Canucks jersey. That's cool. The shirt I'm wearing right now is JR Pro Shop. It's the pro shop that my kids work at and do YouTube videos for. But yeah, the shirt would look something like this, like whatever color you want on the back. That's the thing about the storefront is I think you can buy any color shirt and then with the logo on top. But I'm gonna try and get a couple samples for this live stream. Custom jersey, sunglasses, gaudy chain, long sleeve shirt. Okay, maybe specialty jersey. I have one already. I got my Canuck Clay. Is your face or the random logo? No, I did not. I decided not to put my face on the logo just because I don't know if anyone would buy merchandise with my face on it, even though there is that caricature that you guys see. Oh, it's this one. I have this one. My friend made for me like 30 years ago. I have this one in a Canucks jersey, but I'm not going to put that on a shirt, at least not in this first run. The two logos are, like I said, the CCC that you see on the top of the stream right now, and then a new GLCPC. All right, let's end this poll. So 70% of you, it's the same number, said that you would actually buy a mug, and another 20 votes. I wonder if it's the exact same 20 people that voted and voted the exact same way. So 70% of you saying you would buy a cap or hat and a mug. Okay, so maybe those are the four things I would offer. Okay, last question I will ask you guys. William, send me an email at canuckclay@gmail.com. William, send me an email, canuckclay@gmail.com. You'd wear a GLCPC mouth guard to hockey. That's awesome, Swervener. A beverage glass, okay. Oh, a custom CCC jersey. Okay, I'm open to that. Clay emo Halloween costume, a drink koozie, pins. Oh. Sorry. A home pregnancy test. Oh, too funny. Oh, a beer mug. Like a Stein. Okay. Okay, so we got some interesting. I'm going to talk to Sean as soon as I'm off the stream. A lot of good ideas. The beer mug, the pins, the drink koozie, but maybe not the whole pregnancy test. I don't know how to follow up with that. So maybe I just end the stream. I was going to end the stream anyways. It's not just because of Irvin's comment. That was pretty funny, actually. I rarely get stopped where I'm left rendered speechless, but that one got me for sure. And a flashing, freezing. Oh, a toque. A toque's good too, or stickers. Okay, lots of ideas. I'm going to converse with Sean, and we will go from there. Okay, friends, you guys are awesome. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to everyone else for being here, for watching, for liking and subscribing. On your way out, make sure that you subscribe. You like the video. You can leave a late donation. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. You're listening on a podcast platform. Make sure you rate and review. Thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. And thank you to everyone who went over, above, and beyond. And that was Lucas with the $5 donation, Adam with the $2 donation, Coach Rob with the $5 donation, Jay using his monthly membership message for 13 months, being a member, and Adam with a second donation. So thanks to all of you for your generosity for sure. You're welcome, Coach Rob. My friend owns a printing company here in Vancouver. They print apparel cups. Coastal Rain. Thank you, William. The store I'm going to use, it's the boys have used it for their bowling merch, and it's nice because I don't have to stock inventory, and I don't have to pre-buy a bunch of things and then hope to God that I sell them. So, but thank you, William. I'll keep that in mind for sure. And lastly, if you're looking for Canucks tickets, email me canuckclay@gmail.com. Lastly, when the stream is over, we started this tradition. I don't know if it's tradition because we've only done it once. Basically, as soon as the stream is over, I will leave the stream open for 1 minute, and I want you to rate the dad joke on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being that was the suckiest joke ever. 10's like that's the funniest thing ever. All you gotta do is when the stream ends, I'll leave it open for a minute. It just type in the chat what you rate the bad joke out of 10. All right, here we go. Thanks everyone for being here. Next show is on Sunday night at 11 p.m. Back to 5 nights a week starting on Sunday. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Hans already wrote in a 10, but I haven't even said the joke yet. Here we go. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii? Yeah, do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii? Or just aloha? God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.